Good afternoon, everyone. I do hope you're having a good day. Welcome to Faith Fridays. This Friday, we're going to be talking about salt and light. If you're a Christian out there or you're thinking of inviting Jesus Christ into your life, this video is for you. So, by salt and light, what do I mean? In Matthew 5 and 13, an excerpt of that, or the first line in that verse says, "Ye are the salt of the earth." And in verse 14, it says, "Ye are the light of the world." Now that sounds like a pretty tall order if you ask me. Salt and light. And as a Christian, that's what you're called to be. You're not called to attend every service on the planet. You're not called to do all the good works that you can do. Of course, it's good to attend services. It's good to do good works. But you are called to be salt and light in the earth. And that's your mandate. And what do I mean by salt and light? In order to understand what that mandate requires of you, you must know what salt does and you must know what light does. So starting off with salt. Salt traditionally was used to disinfect wounds. Salt is used today as a preservative. And salt is also, so it's a preservative, it's used to disinfect wounds, and it's used to bring seasoning to food. So when you cook food and it has no salt in it, it's bland, it's tasteless. So it's a preservative, it's used for disinfectant purposes, and it's used as a seasoning. So when you are a Christian, you're essentially, your mandate really is to bring preservation to the circumstances around you, to your environments, be it at home or at work. You're supposed to be you're supposed to bring seasoning, so bring flavor into the lives of people who are living like dull and listless lives. It's your job to bring some flavor just by being yourself, just by being a Christian. You're supposed to bring some flavor, some seasoning to their lives. You're supposed to be able to disinfect their wounds. So people who have emotional wounds, who have mental wounds, just by coming into contact with you, there should be some form of healing, some form of soothing in their spirits and in their souls. And again, I do understand it is a tall order. And then what's the purpose of light? Light is only required where there's darkness. So light brings illumination. It helps us see clearly. Light brings insight and it brings direction. Because when it's dark and you're just sort of trying to feel your way through, it can be difficult. But when you have lights, you can see clearly where you should be going. You have a clear direction. You have you have a clear pathway, a clear map where your life should be headed towards. And that's light. That's the purpose of light. So as salt and light, as a Christian, you are required by your interactions with God and your interactions with the Holy Spirit. Your job is to bring the light, to bring clarification to the lives of people. Just by watching the way that you live your life, people should be able to watch your life and think, I like the way she acts. I like the way he acts. This is what I'm going to do. And that brings direction to their lives. People might be feeling confused when they watch you and they see how you comport yourself and how you interact with people. And that brings insight to their lives. So it's important that you are aware that wherever you go, be it to a high place or a low place, it doesn't matter. But you are salt and you are light. So how can you get to be salt and light? Because you're human and you live in this flesh, and sometimes people are going to do things to you that you feel like, I can't be bothered today. I'm just going to shout at them or treat them however I want to treat them. How do you get to be salt and light? How does this happen? Does it happen when you go into the baptism pool and say, I'm going to give my life to Jesus, and you pray the sinner's prayer? How does it work? Being salt and light is a daily discipline. When Jesus Christ himself walked the earth, one thing that he did consistently was pray. As a result of his daily prayers, so he always took time, he always took himself away to pray to his Father in heaven. And after he had prayed, however long he prayed, when he would go about his daily business, he'll be able to bring sight to the blind. He'd be able to bring healing to the bodies of people. He'd be able to raise the dead. And if you want to compare it into today, compare it to what I'd said earlier on. When you bring sight to the blind, that's light. You're bringing illumination. You're bringing understanding. You're bringing direction. You're bringing clarity. That's sight. When you heal people of diseases in their body, he did that physically. So he healed people physically, but that could also be in today's terms healing people of emotional wounds by sharing wisdom with them, by sharing your experiences with them, by sharing your understanding with them, by sharing your love and your kindness with them. You can bring healing to somebody's life. And so in order for him to do those things, one practice that he persisted in on a daily basis was prayer. So it's impossible for you to be salt and light in this earth if you don't have a prayer life. If you do not pray consistently and persistently, it is absolutely impossible for you to be salt and light, because your natural man, the human that you are, will want to, you will naturally want to lash out at people. You naturally want to just say how you feel. You naturally want to just be mean to people just because they're being mean to you. But in order to live at a higher standard, in order to bring salt and light into the lives of people and show them a higher way to live, you have to engage in prayer on a daily basis. So it doesn't, well, as you start off, it doesn't have to be anything lengthy, but it's about making a practice, a habit, a part of your life. Just like you bathe every day and you eat every day, prayer should form a daily habit. And as you do it on a daily basis, you'll find that you want to do it longer. You'll find that it comes out of the times that you've already scheduled. You could be shopping, you could be in the shower, you could be cooking, and you find yourself praying. And what you do when you're praying, you're communicating with the Father through the Holy Spirit. Okay, so it's important that you pray on a daily basis. And as you pray on a daily basis, God Himself, through the Holy Spirit, will help you to be salt and light, to be the difference, to be the answer in any situation that you find yourself to somebody else, to show people direction, to give them hope in this world we're living in. People need hope. They need salt. They need light. They need people to show them a higher way of being and a higher way of living. They're waiting for you to answer your call and to live as salt and light in the earth. Okay, so these are my few words for you today. Please feel free to share this video with whoever you think needs to hear it. Until next time, from my heart to yours, do stay safe. Bye.